How you doing, Libra? Let's pull one card, an oracle card for you in the start of the reading and see what you got. I'm curious. Advice for Libra. One card, advice for Libra. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself I am love and miracles are natural. Maybe this is needed for you right now. Maybe you're feeling a sense of hopelessness or complacency, and maybe this is a reminder for you that's needed. Believe in miracles, Libra. Believe that you create the miracles, and believe that no matter how hopeless something that seems, at the end, things balance out in the end. That the natural world has a sense of it. Two of Wands in reverse. This is a lack of working together. Maybe you're no longer working together with an air sign or a water sign. Pisces, Scorpio. Or Cancer. But your foundation is love. Love for what you've shared, love for what you've had. And maybe it's a sense of love to not only work together with someone and support someone, but also let go when needed. That could be seen as a source of love as well. To let go when needed. Let go to let someone continue to grow and evolve if you're not growing and evolving together. And there's a need to continue to grow and evolve individually. In the past, an offer was given that was rejected. And maybe you're grieving for that. And maybe there is a sense of clinging and holding on. But your goals is the sun, to have an understanding, awakening, finding yourself back, a sense of happiness and individual strength. This could have been due to an interference within your relationship in any regard. It could have been a family situation, a love situation, a work situation, and maybe someone feels betrayed because of it, because some decisions were made that was detrimental to the collaboration with you two. But the only thing that can be done is letting go. So you could either continue to heal and learn and evolve, or you stay within purgatory. You stay within hopelessness and grief of decisions that were made. But in the end, even though the decision wasn't seemingly the best decision for the situation at hand that led to it breaking apart, no decision that we make is ever truly the wrong one, because you could either take it as a lesson to help evolve you, or you could grieve and just remain in the stagnant state. In the future, although you do have hope that you will join together, I see there is a lack of a reunion. And although it seems heartbreaking at the moment, ultimately I believe that there are no accidents, that there are no mistakes, because sometimes when the universe knows that there are lessons already learned, and there are lessons and things that you had with this person that you worked together with, that you reached the pinnacle of that evolution. And sometimes the universe will come in to put roadblocks in there to give you indications that maybe that it's time to start a new process and timeline within this life. That there is more growing and learning and evolving and adventures to be had. And sometimes it's a matter of perspective. And we all make mistakes, Libra. And people all make mistakes. And whether it was a betrayal that you've committed towards this party or they've committed towards you, this is a life situation that will help you grow. It'll help you evolve, and it'll help you become what you're always meant to be. How you see yourself, your personal strengths and weaknesses. King of Wands in reverse. Maybe you've lost passion. Maybe it's a sense of being easily led off track due to your passions or wants, but it seems like a loss of life vitality, maybe even a depression, or someone who is easily led by maybe even lust, or someone who has trouble saying no, or is easily swayed by outside interferences. Your environment, how others see you as the star. They see you as the star. You could have Aquarius within your chart, or they could. But this is healing. This is going for a wish. Maybe they still see you as someone who's very enigmatic and someone who has people that is very easily drawn to them. People who has a lot of admirers. And they still see that within you. But there's an understanding that there's like a need to not longer work together. Maybe somebody sees you as their wish still too, but all because they want something and all because you desire something, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily good for them. And maybe there's an understanding of that. Because even if you want or desire something, is it good for you? Will it lead you down to the right path? Was this a situation that you've continually tried to work together and it never really worked out because there was continual conflict, there was continual interference? And maybe that's a sense of maturity on this person's part. That although they want and desire, they know it just never works out because of it. Maybe there's a need to learn exactly what is your priorities and what is really important within your life. Maybe it's needed to learn exactly what is really important in your life and to actually prioritize that. Because people see your potential and how people are drawn to you. Your hopes and fears is an offer. You hope to give an offer again. You hope to take an offer again from this particular person or situation. But you also fear it as well, that if you accept it or give it, that it'll lead to the same situation: conflict, anger, resentment, jealousy. The outcome is the devil. This is what you'll gain from the experience. That maybe although they see you as someone that is shining and beautiful, they also see it as something that is toxic. Something that is holding you both back from becoming better people. And if you stay within situations that's not working out for you, or situations that make you less than the best of yourself, that you could lose yourself in empathy and despair. This is also something that's needed to help you achieve a breakthrough. Because the devil, it can be control, it can be desire, it can be addictions, codependency, and maybe there is a sense of codependency within this situation, because I still see a sense of clinging and hope and desire within it. But we all have desires, but is the desire good for you? Is the desire right for you? And if it's not right for you, universe will come in and continually put up those roadblocks and interruptions, and maybe there are lessons that still need to be learned. And sometimes the only way to learn those lessons is to go out into the world and seek it individually. And to let go when needed as an act of love, not only for the other situation, but also for yourself. I feel there will be a realization of this. And right now you seem to be going through a dark time within your life. But I feel like there will be a time where you realize that even though you want it, it's not good for you. And it's been holding you back. It's been holding you back from becoming present and autonomous. And instead of being a source of vitality and evolution and growth and happiness, this became a cage. Not only for you, but the other individual and the party involved. Ten of Swords is underneath. It's the ending. Now the Ten of Swords is like there was a lot of injustices, a lot of betrayals, maybe on both parts. Maybe this could be a sense of 1,000 cuts where there is a lot of situations that you've both had, and in small ways you kind of betrayed the other, and it just accumulated to the point of like a deadly infection and a death. But there is no end or a complete end in situations in your life, because every ending has a beginning, and every tragedy comes with a realization and a soul growth and learning and an evolution of self and soul. But like that card, there's a need to understand that miracles are still possible, and they are still possible. And what is it in your life that needs you to, or that would help you achieve that understanding? And just to remember that. Do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. I'm not going to invalidate the need to grieve, because there is a grief period with something, because I do see a lot of pain and hurt and grief and regret. And take the time you need to do that, but also realize that what's meant to happen is going to happen, and in the end, you can't fight universe that's needing to see the forests from the trees, and have a higher perspective of it too. Go ahead and grieve, but you have to give yourself a time period to know that there's a time that's needed to have a rebirth, and to pick yourself up more knowledgeable and more strong to be able to become more of yourself than you ever were, and more conscious of yourself and your actions and the actions that people have around you. Because not only were you holding yourself back in the way that this person was holding themselves back, and was holding you back as well, and you were holding this person back. But it will take time to get to this realization, to see how toxic it was. But sometimes you need to step away from it to be able to see it clearly. This could have been an ending with a mother, maybe even a loss of a mother figure, or a loss of a relationship with a significant other, or Let's do an insider advice. Forgiveness, lack of forgiveness. Whatever indiscretion was done, there was a lack of forgiveness, and it could have been a large betrayal or just 1,000 small betrayals. Maybe even a sense of ignoring issues that felt like constant betrayals. But it's like there was still attempts to try to make it work and still to stay together, but there was always that sense of resentment, which caused constant trouble. And sometimes it's an understanding and a need to have that understanding that sometimes things are just irreparably broken. And if you keep fighting against the current, then all you're going to find is exhaustion. And depletion of your life vitality. Maybe after this betrayal, one party had a lack of forgiveness, but it also led to the other party's gratitude for being there. And that's why one party still tried to make it work, and I feel like it was you that continued to try to make it work after this betrayal or indiscretion. I don't know. But then it also led to somebody else's resentment of it too. Like, the more grateful that you got another chance, it was like a more of chance of and there was still trying to work it out. It just became situations of just that inner resentment that just keeps boiling up. And sometimes, like, trust is so broken that no matter how hard you try or you work towards something, it's like something that could never really fully get back or reclaim. This could have even been a loss of a mother. Or a mother figure, or a mother of your child, or maybe you could be. And maybe there's a sense of a tit for tat, like getting back at the other because of a sense of resentment. And it just brought an air of toxicity that started to poison and seep out into the rest of your life. And there's a need to balance and rebalance your life and your state of mind and your emotions. And maybe this separation is needed in order for you to do that and to get a new perspective and a better perspective. This is you, Libra. Balance. And when it comes to Libra, it's not only a sense of like industry, someone who's good at working together, making money, but it's also a balance between the spiritual and the physical, the intuitive and the cerebral. And maybe you two had, or this two situations became a crutch. And this codependency became toxic because you were no longer able to become balanced within yourself, because You saw this person as your balance. But like every child that grows, they need to be a way to rebalance yourself and by yourself and for yourself. There's going to be a lack of working together because of this insecurity, because of this lack of trust, because of these betrayals. But there also needs to be an understanding that there are no accidents in life. There's no accidents within the universe, and things are planned out the way that they should be. And things will play out the way that they should be in order for you to get to your life path. And it comes with pain, and it comes with grief, which ultimately leads to growth. The star and renewal. This is both healing. This is both growth. This is both understanding that whatever this was, it became irreparably broken. It became so damaged that all it was and all it became was an air of toxicity. And it was stunting you, and it was imprisoning the both parties and both situations. But once somebody made the final decision to let it go, although they still see you as the star, ultimately, this time away will lead to your growth, healing, and renewal of yourself. And when it comes to grief and regret and sadness, when you're setting out into the darkness of the forest, you have to get through it to get over it. But there's a need to seek yourself out and journey out into the darkness. So you could find your way into the light again. Which will lead to ultimate enlightenment and understanding, a chance for actual happiness and spiritual growth, and becoming more one with yourself and the divine. Because we're never really truly alone, Libra. And there's a need to maybe realize that and to remember that universe does love you, that you or the other person is not a bad person. We just have lessons that we need to learn. And all we can do is live our life doing our best to learn from mistakes that we've made. Because every loss and grief and mistakes that we go through, it leads to that healing, renewal, epiphanies, understandings, and ultimate enlightenment. And maybe there was a codependent factor, a need for other people, and it became a distraction from truly learning about yourself. Because life isn't a destination, it's a journey. And it's a journey back to the union with yourself and God. Do you know what enlightenment is? It's happiness. It's eternal happiness. It's knowing that you're okay. And with whatever situation that you come with. And when you know that you're never alone, it does lead to ultimate happiness. I think that was a synchronicity right there, but I'll leave it at that. I just want you to know that it's okay, Libra. And there may be a time of darkness and grief and sadness, but just remember, you have to get through it to get over it. And in the end, you will find your way to the light again. Just remember that. There are no accidents within the universe, and I feel like this was divinely guided in order to find yourself way back to the divine. Much love and light to you. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Donation box below if you feel moved to do so. I love you lots, Libra, and it'll be okay. In the end, there's light at the end. If you just seek to find it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.